When a funeral viewing ends and the last guest leaves, many families quietly wonder, what happens next? Hello and welcome to the Funeral Channel Network, brought to you by the Funeral Program site. Today we're going to walk through what typically happens to the body after a viewing, so you understand the process and feel more at peace with each step. Once the viewing concludes, funeral home staff respectfully secure the casket and prepare for the next phase. If the casket was opened during visitation, it is gently closed. Personal items placed inside, such as letters or small mementos, remain with your loved one unless the family has requested otherwise. The funeral director verifies all identification and documentation before proceeding. This ensures everything is handled properly and in accordance with state regulations and the family's wishes. If burial is scheduled, the casket typically remains at the funeral home overnight, unless the graveside service follows immediately. On the day of burial, the casket is transported to the cemetery in a hearse. During the graveside service, the casket is placed over the grave using a lowering device. After the service concludes and guests depart, cemetery staff lower the casket into the ground and complete the burial process. If a burial vault or grave liner is required, as many cemeteries mandate, the casket is placed inside that protective outer container before the grave is closed. If cremation is chosen after a viewing, the process is slightly different. Following the visitation, the body remains in the casket or is transferred into an approved cremation container. All identification paperwork is reviewed again, and required waiting periods, which vary by state, are observed. The body is then respectfully placed into the cremation chamber. After cremation is complete, the remains are carefully processed into a fine consistency and placed in a temporary container or chosen urn. The funeral home then contacts the family to arrange pickup or delivery. If the viewing was private and the body was not embalmed, timing is more sensitive. In those cases, burial or cremation typically follows shortly after the viewing to ensure dignity and preservation. Funeral professionals carefully monitor conditions to maintain respectful presentation until final disposition. For many families, the viewing provides an important moment of goodbye. Once it ends, the behind-the-scenes process becomes very procedural, guided by law, ethics, and professional standards. Funeral homes follow strict identification protocols at every step. Your loved one is never left unattended in a careless way. There are clear procedures to ensure dignity, accuracy, and respect from beginning to end. Understanding what happens after a funeral viewing can bring comfort. While the service may feel like the final chapter you witness, professional care continues long after guests leave. If you have questions about planning services, memorial keepsakes, or ways to personalize a farewell, the Funeral Program site is here to guide you with resources designed to support families during every stage of the journey. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you better understand the process, consider subscribing for more educational guidance on funeral planning and memorial care. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, and bye for now.